Today's lesson is about angles and triangles. We're not using any protractors today. Calculators are optional. I recommend them for students who are a little bit slower with mental calculations in class, because the goal today is not to strengthen mental calculations, it is to understand the concepts, and sometimes waiting on that mental calculation can interfere with that process. So today's a good day for calculators if you're not very comfortable with mental math. We have a warm-up here to find the measure of each of the listed angles, and it's placed on a protractor, but as you can see there are some angles that are not lined up with the protractor, so we're going to have to use some of our theories to find some of them. So angle AVQ is going directly across a straight angle, so that has to be 180 degrees. Angle AVT is an acute angle that passes through at 35 degrees. Angle MVQ is another acute angle passing through at 45 degrees. Angle VQM is 90 degrees. I know because there's that little square that tells me that it is 90 degrees. QMV is part of a triangle, so I'm going to have to use my triangle theory, where this is 45 degrees, this is 90 degrees, the whole thing is 180 degrees. So what I have so far is 45 and 90, which together makes 135. What I need is this angle here, which is whatever will get me from 135 to 180. So I'm going to subtract to figure that out. It's 10 and that's 7, and 10 minus 5 is 5, and 7 minus 3 is 4, and 1 minus 1 is nothing. So 45 degrees. This is a special type of triangle. It's a 45, 45, 90. And then the last one is angle TVM, which is an obtuse angle, but it doesn't pass through along the zero edge, so I can't just look at where it passes through. I have to actually either count, or I have to use some addition and subtraction to figure out, well, the whole thing is 180, this part is 35, this part is 45, what's left over for this part? So 35 and 45 makes 80, and 180 minus 80 is 100 degrees, so this should be 100 degrees. And I'm just going to go ahead and check that. It starts here, it goes 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, 100 degrees. So I just checked out my straight angles add up to 180 degrees, and it works out. It's true. Today we're going to use angle relationship and angle sum theories to find the missing angles in different figures, and we're going to have an exit card on this. So very important to study up, pay close attention. There's a homework packet going home tonight that is preparation for next week's quiz, and I will post a separate video to go over that just to help kids study. Alright, so our first section here is how do you know? In this section I'm going to give students the measurement of the missing angle, but the students have to prove why that measurement is accurate. And there's a word bank here, supplementary to, complementary to, vertical angle, subtract, add, sum of angles in a triangle, and then these are just some sample words that they might use in proving why the measurement is correct. So for example, here we have 78 degrees, and this would be 102 degrees. BVS is 102 degrees because I would stop here and have students answer, why is that true? They have to be able to explain it. If you're doing this at home, this would be a good time to pause the video and allow students to figure it out and then put the video back on to check. But the answer here is just that these are supplementary, and I'm going to write this in shorthand so it doesn't take forever, but they're supplementary angles. And 180 minus 78 is 102. Alright, here we have angle MVT is 90 degrees because, and angle MVP is 53 degrees because. Okay. What we have here is a straight angle, and this one is 90 degrees, this angle here. Well, half of a straight angle is 90 degrees, so the other half has to also be 90 degrees. So this is also a 90-degree angle. So that's supplementary. To angle MVC. And then we have angle MVP at 53 degrees because these make a right angle, and 53 plus 37 is 90, so they are complementary. It's complementary to angle PVT. Here's another example. Angle O is 112 degrees. This is the sum of angles in a triangle equals 180, and 32 plus 36 plus 112 is 180. Right. Angle TAR. Angle TAR is 70 degrees. We have to be able to prove that. Well, angle TAR, we're going to have to take some steps here. First of all, let's find this missing angle. It's part of a triangle. So, I know the triangle is 180. So we're doing a triangle angle sum. And we're doing 18 and 52 is 70, which is interesting because that's my answer. 180 minus 70 is 110. So this is a 110-degree angle. Now we have supplementary to angle CAT. And that's a 110-degree angle, so this has to be 70 in order to make 180 degrees. This is not a coincidence. In fact, when you have this little angle coming off here, the outside part is always going to be the sum of the two opposite interior angles, because the whole triangle makes 180 and this whole angle makes 180. So you're doing the same math either way. Okay, angle AMP. Angle AMP is 76 degrees. Why? First one is a supplementary angle. Supplementary angles CAM and MAP. So these two angles here. If this is 124, then this has to be 56 in order to make 180. 180. Okay, whoops. So, now we want to make 180 for the triangle. Well, what we have is 56 and 48 makes 104, and 180 minus 104 is 76. What's interesting here is that I also, with the same thing that we do here, where this 70 is equal to 18 plus 52, 124 would be equal to 48 plus this angle. So I could have just done 124 minus 48, and I would have gotten 14. That's 6. That's 76. I would have gotten the same thing. But anyway, the original way we did it was triangle angle sum after we did the supplementary angles. Okay. angle OPM is $54. If you can't tell, the pause is me doing this in my head. It's 54 degrees. The first thing that we know is we have a vertical angle. Vertical. The vertical pair is TOR and angle POM. So if this angle is 48 degrees, its vertical pair is also 48 degrees. Then we go ahead and do the triangle angle sum. To do 48 and 78 is 126, and 180 minus 126 is 54. And here's our last example, angle RUM. Angle RUM is 65 degrees. And again, we have a supplementary DRU and MRU, because if this one is 90 degrees, then this one has to be 90 degrees. 90 plus 90 is 180. And then we have vertical angles. BMC is 25, so RMU has to be 25. And then we have 90, so triangle angle sum. 90 and 25 makes 115. And 180 minus 115 is 65. And the last bit here is finding some missing angles in these pictures. I'm just going to do a couple as an example. 55 and 35 makes 90. 60 and 120 makes 180. Let's see, the 45 and 65 is 110, and 70 would make 180. And this would have to be 110 because it's supplementary. They make 180 together. Also, 65 and 45 makes 110. That's an exterior angle. Okay, here we have 130 and Y are supplementary, so I need 50 more. 50 plus 130 makes 180. 50 and 40 is 90, so this one has to be 90. 90 plus 90 is 180. Vertical angle, and X is vertical, so it's the same. We have a straight line here, so we have a supplementary angle, 115. And then another vertical angle, but it didn't ask for that one. I just felt like filling it in. This is a vertical angle. This is a vertical angle. Those are super easy ones. And here, we actually, I just pulled this off the internet, and there's a mistake. You can't find F and E, so we're going to cross those out. We're going to find A, B, C, and D. These angles together make 180 degrees, because they make this straight line right here. So 75 and 70 is 145, so A has to be 35, because 180 minus 145 is 35. B, if this is 35 and this is 95, together that makes 130, so B has to be 50 degrees. These are supplementary. 95 degrees and 85 degrees would make 180. And then we have 70 and 85 makes 155, and 25 would make 180. Okay, so again, that was 70 degrees plus 85 degrees is 155 degrees, and 180 minus 155 is 25. So that's your missing angle here. And then kids are going to come home with, or they're going to take this exit card, And there's another question that you can't see on here. And they're going to come home with this quiz review packet. This one. It's got part 1 angles, part 2 polygons. Some of the stuff we haven't covered yet because the packet is going to be their only homework until we take the quiz. So it's going to go through the weekend, through next week. You could do a page a day if you want to, however you want to do it. My goal here is that kids have plenty of time to study and plenty of material to study. And like I said, I will post a separate video going over this packet to help students study. So please study for that quiz. It's a good chance to bring up your grade if you do well.